tension is high, ladies and gentlemen, as we are heading to the third and potentially last game of this split, with Reapers currently 2-0 ahead of AOMA. Now, before we get to the middle of it, let me introduce back to my side my wonderful co-casters for tonight, QG and Frustana. Welcome back, guys.
Hello.
Yeah,
we are here.
QG wanted to say something about mental, I guess.
I said it before we went into the pause, and I think this is it. Also, AOMA, they switch up, they go for red side, and this changes the game again. You have to have a different plan. The Reapers have to have a different plan, and this is maybe a change. It could be that they now go for a counter pick for Muck. So he has, again, a good lane against Wind. And this is probably this will be the focus now. I think we switch from mid lane to top. As we saw a different matchup, both games. Do we see a third? I think they go for counter pick.
Yes, I mean, there is always room to adapt. This is one of the biggest things in a BO5, because you have a first, you can always try something at the start, but right now AOMA is not in a state where they can't try something out. If they do, it has to work. I mean, it's all or nothing right now for them. While Reapers, and I think, Frustana, that's something that you mentioned quite a few times on Wednesday, they have this position where, okay, we have 2 wins. If we win now, it's done, over. We are the champions. Great. But they also have this slight bit of leeway where they can take a loss and still go on. What do you think that is going to happen in this champ select in order to maybe secure this win, or let it go a bit easier?
I think they actually will win the third, just because they struggled in both games on different times of the game. Like, they struggled in the mid game in the first game, and then in the early game, especially in the second game. So, and they still overcome it. They still, as a team, got the win, found the crucial fights, found the crucial engages. So I think with that much of struggle and still succeeding, nothing can go wrong. They will still succeed, I would say. So that's definitely something Reapers can be thoughtful about, that they have the mental, and we talked about that. And now with a 2-0 lead, like, they are just in the zone, you know. They are just in the tunnel to make the Cinderella story work. And yeah, it's usually says it all. It's just important, the mental.
And also, if they lose this game, they can choose red side again and go with the same plan. So what do you're in a crucial position. You need to win this game. Well, you have to, because you're out. But the fifth game, the fourth game will be the point. I think this game is also crucial. But if Reapers lose, they can pick red side again and have their plan that they planned for the day. You can't counter it, because you have to win, and they just do it with the red side. It's a good plan. But yeah, sorry.
If we take some inspiration on what happened Wednesday, indeed now is the time for AOMA to find purchase and do what works. And if they take this win, we're in a very similar situation in Wednesday, where Rivslovs were able to take a third win and get kind of a second wind. So now is the opportunity. If AOMA gets that, they'll still be under a lot of pressure. But we've talked about the mental, very important. And now it's probably pretty low for AOMA, because taking 2 losses in a row, man, that's a rough one, especially after such a wonderful run during the split and the start of the playoffs. But now getting a second win could be the redemption to get back in there, and you're like, yes, okay, this can work, we can keep it going, and give you a last boost of motivation to maybe fall through. So everything is still open, even though Reapers is definitely in favor. QG, you seem to want to say something.
Yeah, and Reapers lost more games in the season than AOMA did. AOMA lost 2 games. And no, 3. They lost against
No,
Rift.
2.
No, they lost 2. And that is the point. Now they lost twice. So maybe they still don't know or don't feel what losing is. And Reapers do. They lost more games than AOMA, so they're more comfortable with a losing streak or losing overall. And this is really, I think this would go into my head. Well, we beat them twice in the league. Why are we not beating them now? What is wrong? That is what you have to ask yourself as AOMA. What is going wrong? Why can't we as the best of one in the group stage, or why? That is, they have to figure it out, because Reapers know it.
Definitely some food for thought for them, and you have those breaks between the games, but they're not that long. You can't really ponder the question of what is going on. You have to ponder the question of what are we going to do next, and you can't really sit on it, and yet it's always going to be nagging you behind your head. And you've mentioned that there's this discrepancy somehow of power dynamic between the split and now. And Stan, I want to ask you about that. Maybe Reapers could get overconfident. What do you think? Do you think they could be prone to that, or do you think that they could be able to follow through and stay kind of calm through this and take the lead still?
I think there will not be overconfidence, because they always shout little mistakes, and they lost so much in the normal season that they now have the feeling of we deserve that. We crushed them, we crushed the Rift slots, we crushed the Dynasty, so they're just feeling good right now. I don't think that there's overconfidence. I think they feel really confident and will just get a good game out of that. But now that we are in Champs Select, I would make a short little pop quiz with you two guys for the prediction of first pick. I would say we have like 3 contenders. It's either the Jinx, like Reapers did every single time on blue side. It's the Xayah or the Zac, because they first picked it essentially on red side the last 2 times. Or it's like an unknown champion we don't know. So which of those 4 things do you think will Reapers do now? Just answer quick. What is your intention? What do you think will they first pick?
I think Zac, if it's not banned now by AOMA.
I think will be Jinx.
I go for Zac.
It's not Xayah, so it probably be Jinx. Will it be 50-50? It's not canon. It's not Xayah.
It's
because
Jinx
they just
or
can
Zac.
pick. Yeah, but they can counter it with Gragas. It's Zac.
Zac has worked through and through for this series, and he's been very important. I mean, he just gets that wombo combo in with the E, the stun, it keeps the enemies together. I think he worked really well for Reapers, and I'm actually kind of surprised that AOMA does not ban him.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't ban it all, and they essentially need like the cannon and the rise. I mean, the Xayah, that's at least a good thing now, because especially if you go Y, then you don't want an ADC who can peel himself. So Xayah ban definitely makes sense. And they now shuffled up a little bit the draft with the Y again for the Xayah. And I really like that pick, because it's still like the flex pick. Lawlaw and Real MJ played it in the regular season, so I really like that. They really show what they can do, and it worked a lot for Lawlaw.
Yeah, and Reapers should probably pick. Okay, I want to say that they could go for a support here to deny that for AOMA, and go at the 3rd pick for those 2 solo laners. But they probably don't want the Renekton to be banned out to have the priority. But now they give a double counter to AOMA. This is point.
But I think Win showed us that his Renekton is like still pretty monstrous. Last game he was behind in the whole early game, and he still pulled through and did some insane stuff on that Renekton later in the game. I think he's just that confident. He says, okay, almost no matter what they pick, I should be able to handle it. If there's something that's too dangerous, they can still ban it out, of course, now. So that's out of the way. Plus, they still keep flexibility on that support and can pick a support that fits maybe the other AD carry or fits a Tristana. They don't reveal their cards too much there.
Yeah, and now the question becomes, what do you ban next? There's the possibility of banning out one of Lawlor's midliners, or just banning out a good support like maybe the Blitzcrank, whatever you feel more against the Rakan. There's the Rel, and now probably the Shen ban makes sense. Just Lotus's Akali is good as well. And now I will definitely pick up a top laner probably, just because you see Renekton, and then give counter pick to Lotus.
Yes.
Is Beerus spelling something out with the supports? No. Was he? He picked he had these champs before in the same rotation?
Maybe for her girlfriend? Maybe for the girlfriend.
It's J, L, Y, and then N.
Schlin.
I don't know. Could be some. There are people doing this. Like Hillesang picks Ori and something else for his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But we have the Jax here for AOMA. Also, the same matchup again on top side. Blitzcrank is picked. Still good against those.
And would you guys flex the Tristana bot lane or mid lane? What is the call?
I think I want to say mid lane, but I think Lolo wants to carry this game now. Oh, this is hard. The runner kicks hard, I guess. With a Jinx, with a Vi and a Rakan. And there's
they get some bombastic engages with that. Just the Vi can just get in there pretty freely, so the Orianna could really tie that up with some nice shockwaves. The Rakan also gets in there pretty easily. Alright, they do go for the Talia, however, against the Cassiopeia.
Yeah, this is good against the Zac, to be honest. Because and the Renekton, they can't dash over the field, so they have to walk or flash or be stunned. Well, I like this. The Orianna would be the big go button into the team fight, in my opinion. And if you ult Tristana and Tristana jumps back, you can in the flight you can just hit the R of Orianna and boop, just do the damage. But the Talia is very good here, in my opinion. Tristana has to jump away, and she has a slow, long dash, so she will be stunned at the end of it. And also to separate the fights, they can separate Wind and Trinket, or maybe Lolo, separate from the whole team. This is something, for me, I think, a really good thing.
Yeah. The wall indeed will be a real problem for Lolo, who does not have any built-in dashes like the rest of his mates. And I think that's what's so nice about Talia. She can be a really, really strong pick when you use the right walls and use especially your ability to hinder people using mobility abilities well. However, it's not always that easy to do so I think we'll have to see how Lotus manages, but usually when someone picks something here, that means they manage pretty well on it.
Yeah, and I mean, you both talked about the ability of Talia to stop those dashes, but I mean, it's not really stopping them, they are just getting stunned. But do you know what's stopping the miasma of Cassiopeia? And you have Rakan, who can't jump out of it. You have why you can always just throw out the miasma underneath her when she wants to Q. And then, of course, even top lane has a dash. So I think both mid laners definitely want to stop those dashes from the enemy team.
Yes, and we're heading in the Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen. In the third game of tonight here at the ESLOL 2nd Division Grand Finals, with Reapers already 2-0 ahead. It's match point for them, and they will be sure to try and grab that win away from AOMA, who are on their last stand in the set.
Yeah, and I mean, they tried to go for this in rate. I think we saw that actually last time as well. It even worked out, if I remember correctly, that they even got like the flash from somebody in the mid lane or something. But yeah, but this time it was too obvious, so just good covering there from Lotus. In the end, nothing happens, but like Reapers definitely have an interesting draft. And finally, after 2 games without any scaling, they have Tristana and Cassiopeia, so no, even they have some scaling at least.
Yeah, it's the scaling blue side for in this series. Again, the blue side is for scaling, but that doesn't mean they can scale with the Vi. It's hard. If she ganks good, she is really a threat.
We'll have to see. I think we're going to see quite a lot of movements here. We have some pretty gank heavy or potent junglers here who already have the aggression on the top lane. I think the top lane matchup is going to be very interesting now. Mac at the start of last game had a bit of a rougher time, and you could see over time how he adapted to the matchup, and seems like he's already starting off a bit more confident, I think, this time around.
Yeah, especially level 1 is always a good for checks with the Counter-Strike. But I think the big crucial point of the matchup last time was that Wines kind of died underneath the turret.
Oh yeah, we have the hook on the bot lane onto Beerus, who gets a lot of damage already. Is the Ignite going to be enough? No, he's able to survive, especially with that level up. But already a pretty good start for the Reapers here on the bot lane.
Yeah, so that Wine died underneath the turret versus the Sheen of Mark. I think that was the big vital point that he lost the matchup. And this time maybe doesn't get out damage there because he goes away sooner and doesn't trade against the Sheen so heavily.
Edward's Rakan is ballsy. He has Ignite and Exhaust. He has no flash.
Yeah.
Especially when the enemies have something like a Cassiopeia.
The dive.
Gabish goes top lane for the early gank here with the tower dive. Are they going to be able to make it work as turret hits fall? Yes, that's first blood going to Mac.
Yeah, it's really important to give this matchup some love. I mean, we saw how good it can be for Mark if he gets this love in the early game. I mean, in the end...
Yeah, on the bot lane, some more action as Edward decides to take the jump on them. Put some damage in there. However, we do not further fight this on either side.
No, I mean, in the end, it didn't help because they still lost the game, but it's still a good idea to help Mark in this matchup. I mean, we saw what he can do on his checks in the last game.
Yeah, this... Probably Gabosh camping top again.
Oh, another. Oh, here is the flash hook coming in from Amiel as it's AOMA who wanted to do the engage, but Real MG has taken quite a bit of damage from that. And Gabish is on the way, charging up the Q. We flash away for safety. With the knock-up, we should be able to get to safety on sides of Real MG, but they keep on pushing. Now it's maybe Amiel which is gonna get the dodge. And they pick up the kill on him.
Yeah, wonderfully played at the moment from Gabish. He's just everywhere, just helping bot lane, helping top lane. It definitely works out for him at the moment, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to keep up the pace in this game.
Yeah, and Gabosh doing a really good job. He's there when he needs to be, and the Vice looks better than the Grabbers from these games before.
Yes, he's been able to help his mates quite a bit, but that's put him a bit behind in terms of CS. I mean, Trinket is already 20 ahead, which is really not negligible, and he's been counter-jungling quite a bit, so that's going to put Gabish a bit behind as well. Trinket is going to hit level 6 way faster than him, and going to be a very strong threat at that point.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about that, or to say about it, is that Trinket with the farm has a little bit more for himself and can try to carry with his resources. and on the flip side, Gabush just throws away his resources for the other carries to shine. And I think that's an important factor as well, that he tries to enable his team right now instead of just focusing on farm to enable them later. So I really like this selfish playstyle from him because they need the win right now, otherwise they will just lose 3-0. So it's really important for them to keep up the pace to win this series and this match.
Yeah, and I think Gabosh just... Yeah, there's nothing. Gabosh just does what he needs to do. He's enabling bot side for
On the top lane, things are starting to get a bit spicy as Wind picks up his level 6 before Mark and uses it to put a lot of pressure on him with Fury of the Sands, but decides to not go for the dive, which is a good call because Gabush is just around the corner here. And this could get dangerous very fast if he does one wrong move, especially now Mark has the level 6. This the enemy jungler is sussed out for the Wind.
Yeah, he just used his power spike with level 6 against the level 5 Muk. And in the end, especially I think he punished it, that Muk used the counter-strike a little bit too early, and then he could engage after that, so really well played by him. But he already gets the pressure done by Gabush. They really try to hold him as small as they can.
Yeah, and you saw Lotus playing it really well, being on the top side of the river, so Gabush can, if there's an engage...
Here is a hook going on, followed by the Petrifying Gaze, and Lutz is getting real low with the Ignite. He is gonna die. Now Gabush is trying to do some good by killing Amiel in return, but Lolo now can put all of his attention on the enemy jungler with the Q. He can, of course, get away and makes them get away.
Amiel.
Oh, but another hook from Amiel. What is going on?
Dies.
The camp should be
dies.
killing Gabush.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and Gabush was just a little bit too greedy. He wanted the farm, he wanted the camp, and in the end he got punished there by Amiel, who stayed a little bit longer than he probably should have, but he just got rewarded with a full kill there. And just look at the try on Muk there. Nothing happens. I mean, in the end, just look at the farm of Trinket. I mean, 46 to 20 to 20 to 26. 64 to 26. Holy shit!
Yeah, Trinket is already a level ahead. He has smite advantage, so the objective is in 3 minutes. It's will probably. Yeah, Gabosh has 8 camps to go. Reapers have the smite advantage.
Yes, Mag is able to pick up the Herald instead of Trinket, who is forced to ultimate to try and even survive, but with Lotus and Advart just around the corner, he's not gonna survive the passive ifs procced, and they will be able to get that kill for Mag.
Yeah, what a free kill for him there. In the end, with the Herald, they can now even give more goals to him. And with 2 kills, he already has the lead in this matchup. So that's really helpful for him. And it looks like a good early game at the moment by AOMA, but still the goals deficit is really, really high.
As this Reaper is slightly ahead, but they do have this first Drake already in the pocket. But Goldie could change, and now we have Amiel, who is getting catched here by Advart, but turns the situation around as Lolo joins him to get some damage onto Lotus. Petrify Gaze does not stun, but it does the job. And Amiel is unfortunately gonna die as Bowies is now coming ahead. Advart decides to engage on Lolo now. Trinket might be dead just in time. No, it's not enough. It's double kill going to Bowies, and now Trinket has to flee. Don't forget, he does not have passive, so he will die if they get him. And now Real MJ is there. It's one after the other. They join. It's the Avengers here going on as Real MJ picks up the kill on Advart.
Yeah, and first of all, before the fight, it looked like who was caught by who, but in the end, they could turn on the Cassiopeia and could actually kill her. So well played there by Edward with Lotus. And it was really unlucky that that Emil got all 3 kills and with that got a shutdown. So that Beavis in the end collected the whole shutdown just because the support unlucky got 3 kills.
Yeah, this the 2 kills for Beavis is important here. For the hook.
Another hook from Emil is gonna do God's work as Lolo picks up another kill on Lotus. Or first kill on Lotus.
Yeah, important kill for Lolo.
Yeah, because Emil got all the 3 kills he provided before. And then we see the graph, and we see that the Mach is 1k ahead again.
And now the 1-1. No.
Oh, he baited out the ult. That's crucial for the next fight.
Lolo is 1k ahead as well. So mid lane is a big advantage at least for the Snake. And we already know how good the Snake is of Lolo, so he just farms up and he is just really strong one in the late game. I don't know if you guys remember that, but in the last game of the last playoff series, he had this incredible 1v4 on the top lane. So Lolo on the Snake is really strong if he gets a lead.
Yeah, you can kite pretty good with it, with the movement speed. It's the fastest champion right now because of the no boots passive. She's can kite pretty well in the late game. I think she has 500 speed if I remember right, at level 18. So she's faster than you with boots. Or is it 400? No, it's 400. I think it's 400. I saw a graph a few days ago. Yeah,
Something also worth noting here for Reapers. Overall, the champions they have in general is quite a few times they play very or more or less regularly. I mean, we have Emil on his Blitzcrank, which already did wonders during the split. Real MJ on Tristana has also been a staple. You've mentioned Lolo, Trinket, Zag also. We've seen it throughout the games. Now we have a hook here onto Lotus, plus Petrifying Gaze, but we have just in time the stopwatch, but damage is there. Meanwhile, on top lane, we have the Herald that was spawned. We're unable to defend the turret as they pick up the kill on Wind, but the rest of Reapers are coming top lane now as AOMA is getting really low. Edward middle life, the hook, and the E goes Ori. Maybe, yeah, no, with the knock-up, the Q should be able to find purchase. Now we have the bounce onto Mac, who is starting to cry and go away. And most importantly, pull Reapers away from the rest of the team. Super Mega Death Rocket does hit, but unfortunately does not kill anybody for AOMA.
And what a fight in the end. First turret, really important for AOMA. Hook.
Another hook goes in and Trinket picks up that kill. In the meantime, on the bot lane, the real MJ gets some shutdown money onto Boas. Now Lotus all alone under this turret should really think about getting away because Emil's hook are terrifying monsters. Here comes the Hex Flash. Yeah, no, okay. He's able to keep a safe distance as now Mac is TPing in, and that's the cue for Reapers to fall back.
Oh, he has Flash. I don't know if he wants to try that. No, he doesn't.
I mean, kite.
No,
They
he
want to
dies
go
here.
for it as the hook goes through, and they pick up the kill with the CC of Trinket on top of it.
Oh, he played with fire there.
This was a desperate fight. Desperate.
And now Win trying to deny Gabush. Drake is fighting him, and Edward is going to try to find a way out maybe, but Real MJ is just around the corner. This might be an opportunity to turn things around. Now it's AOMA getting away, as they realize that they can't really kill Win soon. His Free Versus Sands is going to be up, but with all the CC he's not going to be able to do anything as Boas picks up the kill.
Yuji, what was desperate?
The Mac play here. I think he wanted revenge, and that the mental comes in. There's a TP.
We have here Mac who called Trinket during the Herald. In the meantime, we have some action going down here as well to Patrick and Fire. Guess we do get shut down, however, on Lolo. Now Trinket is getting the kill on Edward, but it's looking good for AOMA as Trinket himself is very low, should have passive. However, now we have Gabush looking to re-enter. Mac does proc the passive of Trinket and they pick up the kill on Amiel. Now the real MJ in the middle of them is also going to die, but Wind comes in just at the end to maybe try and pick up some kills. This works as they pick up the kill on Gabush, but now Wind is going to fall, and that's the ace for AOMA.
We have 23 kills after 15 minutes. Those guys just want to fight. Those guys just want blood. And I mean, in the end, look at gold. It's just more or less even, maybe slightly more gold for AOMA, but it's just messy. Just look at the items of Wind. I mean, he is basically a full tank at this moment. Not really a damage item there. So, they just want too much, and now maybe the Herald steal here for. Oh, I mean,
Oh no! Edward decides to take the hook.
Yeah, this is. Is this LPL or is this Benelux?
I mean, this is some insane games we're having here between Reapers and AOMA, as both teams are playing incredibly well. And yeah, I mean, this game is also, once again, it's just like the other. There's always this sort of dance between two teams. Who is going to have the lead and who is going to keep it? Man.
It's Wind's 04 power spike.
And now Gabush with Mag on the top lane trying to pincer here onto White. Should not be able to survive too long as the kill goes to Mag. We have Super Mega Death Rockets to confirm just in case of grab the kill for the AD carry. But it's too late. Wind is dead. In the meantime, Real MJ goes for the turn on the bot lane.
Yeah, little cross map play there by Repass. I mean, Wind, okay, he gives a little bit of gold, but with 0-4, he is not that worth of gold right now. Meantime, you got at least one turret for your own, so that's something for the team. Now someone needs to defend Mark on the sideline, and with that, the game probably will slow down a little bit. But just look at the Black Cleaver of Vi. I mean, you have Jax, you have Jinx, so lots of AD champions. They really want this Black Cleaver.
Mac trying to get the turn on the top lane is going to get caught by 4 people of Reapers as they group up to take the monster out. And it's gonna work out for them as Real MJ picks up that shutdown money. Sweet the gold in the pocket. Now we have Trinket in the mid lane trying to go in, but they're able to get away in time. And he does not find true purchase there. And they survive because this could have gone very bad for AOMA.
What an engage, but instantly just disengaging it, instantly stopping it. Oh, hook.
Oh, nice.
Nobody gets hooked. Yeah, but those fights are intensive, and you can see that they just look for blood. They just want to keep up the kills per minute.
Oh, here we have a wall coming in from Lotus, and we go all in onto Lolo, and it works. But now the rest are going in from Reapers. As Gabush is getting really low, but with Mark from behind, he should be able to clean up. They pick them all up. Real MJ is trying to flee with the flash. So is Trinkets here through the river. In the meantime, we put down the Herald to pick up the Zinhib turret.
Oh, this could be an answer, an ending.
No, not an ending, but they will get at least this inhibitor. I mean, minute 18 inhibitor isn't that great, I would say. I mean, it's just funnels a little bit more gold into them. Okay, that was a crucial second charge, but in the end, it's maybe a little bit more gold for Reapers now with the incoming minions.
Yeah, and the it's Cloud Dragon. Oh, it's also good for AOMA.
Here we have Abu is getting caught by Amiel with Wind just behind him, and he should not be able to survive as TP is also coming in. AOMA now maybe down 1 man as Drake spawns. This puts Reapers in a really good position as they keep on pushing. Now Amiel getting really low now, but Mag in the middle of Reapers is forced to jump back as they pick up the kill on Amiel. That's good for AOMA, making the tides back to even. 3v4 going in. Now we have Gabush coming in from behind, but Mack is down. This is very bad for AOMA, and now Edward is the second to follow. Now Gabush getting really low is also gonna die at the hands of Lolo. And Reapers can take this Drake without too many issues. Locurs is gonna try and go for something here, but it might be too dangerous to push further.
Yeah, Drake goes for 2 Reapers, and I mean, they just lost the team fight really immense. And no, just won a team fight without any problems. I mean, those guys just fight and flip and fight and flip and don't care for anything. Lotus at least got the scuttle there. But Baron would be risky, so they don't go for it. But was a good fight, and in the end, even a whole Drake, a big shutdown on Jinx. So Reapers come back a little bit.
It puts you closer to Soul Point. It's what the Reapers want. I mentioned before it would be Cloud Drake, but Riot is trolling me again. It's a Hextech Drake, and they're on Baron. AOMA putting the pressure.
And Baron, as Reapers are sussing it out and deciding to start follow, but with some nice jumpers, we're able to block the way, and Reapers is not quite on time anyways. This is the chance for AOMA to get back their gold lead a bit further ahead, as Reapers were able to close it down with last team fight.
Yeah, and with this inhibitor open, they secured this Baron, but no need to do something out of this Baron, otherwise the inhibitor will respawn anytime soon, and then it just was funneling a lot of gold into Reapers. You can already see at the gold, it's just 1k for AOMA, basically 250 gold, 200 gold just for every single member, so it's not that crazy of a lead right now. And Reapers are still in this game, and if they find like a good angle like last time on Beavis and just burst him down, and I think actually Lawler survived so long, and now they try to go for Mark.
Try to go for Mack, however, a lot of damage falling onto Lolo now with Petrifying Gaze and Trinket CC. They're able to take him down. It is really important because in the end, if either Beerus or Mack is out of the equation, all Reapers has to do against AOMA is focus the other down. They're really good at that.
It's a turret for a kill, so not a dead Vervo. They try to snipe or at least to stop the backwater, but can't do that. And yeah, I mean, was a good trade for AOMA. Definitely trading the split pusher for a whole turret is good, or why not?
Oh, here we have the engage on to win, but he's able to fall back. Now the rest of Reapers is just around the corner. The hook goes wide. Good for AOMA as they're able to safely fall back to find the engage on win. They have to be careful. They're 4v5. No, now they have 5v5 with Mack back in the jungle.
It's just 34 kills after 22 minutes. I mean, that's crazy. And we already see like the 2 item power spikes for the 2 ADCs, which is really, really important, or for 2 junglers. And like those team fights could go in either hand. So it's really important for Lolo and for Real MJ to stay safe as they can. And on the flip side, especially for Beavis, who's the main damage dealer here, he really needs a good positioning to don't get knocked up by the Trinket, for example.
Yeah, and what was crucial in these kills they got, I mean Reapers got, is Zac got a shutdown and he got the kill before, and there was Lolo didn't get anything of it. That means the damage dealers don't get the shutdowns and the gold advantage. It's the Zac that got it, and that also plays out. Or it was like over 1k gold for the Zac, and if that 1k would be into the Cassiopeia, she would already have an item more.
Yeah,
and she would be even more a threat.
I mean, she is a threat. I mean, just look at that, 3 items on her, and she doesn't need to build boots, so she is really, really strong right now. But oh man, those team fights could really go in either hand.
Yeah, it also means that she doesn't go for the penetration. Boo.
Oh, here we have the catch, maybe on Gabish, but the rest of AOMA is just around the corner and they can join in and help their jungler as his tides change and it's Reapers who's starting to lose this team fight. Trinket is able to get the other side of the wall, but they're gonna keep on going onto him. Another wall comes to block his path there, and they pick up the kill on the Goo Man. With 2 men down, Reapers, they have really no big chance at denying this Drake of AOMA.
I mean, I understand why they tried to go for something like that. Oh, the crush!
How the real MJ is gonna get quite a lot of damage falling, but pushes Lotus away. No, the shutdown does go to Buoys, and now with 3 people down, they can even start pushing in that inhib again.
But they have no wave, just look at Wind. He just killed the whole wave, so other than an inhib, they will not get too much. Oh, maybe the Blitzcrank.
Oh yeah, with the hook, but he's gonna get counter-engaged by Advan, and they pick up another kill.
Was playing with fire there. He just, I don't know where he would. He was safe, and then he just wanted to die actually. But no, it's Dragon time, so it's just the second Drake for AOMA. It's not too dangerous, but still they really got a lot of catches there and punished overstatement from Trinket and from Lolo.
Yeah, the AOMA are playing a different game from the games before. They are in control. At least now. Wind still isn't back. He still is on one item. Even Emiel has more items than he does. This is hard for Wind again.
Yes, I
He
mean,
needs some
AOMA
gold.
have definitely taken the upper hand and they keep on pushing and take the opportunity. Now it's Lolo who's getting caught again, is forced to use his stopwatch, but is gonna die anyways, as AOMA definitely sets a quick pace now and decide to keep on pressuring here on the Reapers, marching towards that base with a wave. A first Nexus turret is already pretty low there. Yeah, Emil trying to go for the grab, but he's gonna get engaged here by Edward. The rest is joining up onto him and they pick up the kill. Now, Wind all alone in the base is gonna get a lot of damage from Mac. Whoever is able to retreat. No, he is not able to retreat to the fountain as they're keeping on pushing on them. Trinket trying to do a last stand there is also gonna die. First Nexus turret is falling. Now moving on towards the second while Boaz is keeping the real MJ busy. Nexus is open and AOMA is able to upset the scales and pick up the first win in the series.
It's the first step for the reverse sweep. AOMA did it. They get back into the series wonderfully and just after 26 minutes. So it was a really fast game, fast paced, but because they just wanted blood. I mean, they just fought and fought and fought and nobody really did anything than fighting, and that's why they all had items and could finish that fast.
It was LPL. We changed regions. There were more kills than minutes. It's not. It's a whole different game. But you saw Bewis with 12 kills. Lotus with the setup. Gabosho did a very good early game with these gangs, setting up bot lane, setting up mid lane, and even again setting up Mac. If Wind is shut down and he can't come back to the game, Reapers can't do anything. He didn't find back. The Croc was useless this game. Therefore,
Yes, it didn't work out like last game for Reapers as AOMA is able to break their curse and take a win. Is it the reverse sweep as Fristana has mentioned earlier, or will Reapers be able to get back from this setback like they did on Wednesday? We will see that after the next game as we're headed into a break in order to set the lobby up and catch a breather after this other banger of a game.